Once more, the demonic force that is the Democratic Party has created an atmospheric situation in which every loon was a bug up his ass, excuse the language, a bug up his butt about the glorious Trump organization and how they are changing America, changing it back to what it used to be, a great country, kind of country we had in the 50s, kind of country we had in the 1980s under the great Ronald Reagan. But I have to say that Don is proving that God is on our side. Three attempts, three attempts, and every time divine providence has protected Trumpy. And why is that? Because he has an angel on his shoulder. God is directing his every move. His move against the whatever, the Hamas, the food bills. All they're hiding behind women and children. Then when our troops blow up a lot of things, and there's what you call your basic collateral damage, they make boo-hoo. If you let the people clear out of those cities instead of hiding behind them, you cowardly Hamas, this wouldn't happen. But right now, the liberal media, which is in the pocket of the Marxists, basically, because what you got is a hybrid capitalist communist conspiracy to take over the world and have one world government, with America being uh, under the thumb of a triad of Iranians, Red Chinese, and yeah, I call them Red Chinese. That's what they're Red Chinese. The communist little capitalist engine put in. They totalitarian as the people who carry the hammer and sickle and advertise themselves as communists in the street. It's remarkable how it's like Jason, no matter how much they are discredited, they come back again and again. I wonder what's going on. I guess everybody wants to be protected, they believe the government can do everything for them. And again, if you help yourself, but if you don't help yourself, and basically you try to rob Peter to subsidize Paul, you're going to destroy the protective people of your society. That's what happens. And eventually they turn on each other and they feed on each other. And this has happened in every country where the communists have gone, from Cuba to Venezuela to Russia. Huh, there wasn't a place. And they run from the beginning because they had no faith in God. And gods know this. Uh, and what the crazy things the Democrats embrace. They don't know whether it's a man or a woman. Of course, there are only two genders. Come on, be realistic. I'm not saying some women can perform as well as men or as strong as men. But men have the anatomical situation, an advantage. So if we let men uh, participate in as women because they dress in panties once in a while, we'll destroy women's sports. Just as simple as that. Oh, it's trans women. Let me tell you something about the trans women. I don't care what you do after the age of 18. Okay. But before you're 18, you shouldn't be able to make a decision, or your parents shouldn't, if they're on this, to turn yourself and cut off your vitals to make babies. Then you can't go back. And also, you can't go back with the hormonal situation. We don't even know the side effects of taking all these hormones. And they're kicking them out of the military. And they go, well, come on. And they want to serve the country. They want to be good Americans. They want to get free subsidy for their transgenderism. Can't have that. It costs to put them in the field 20 times as much as the American, because they automatically have to get the hormones. And they can have physical ailments from this stuff, as well as psychological. It's a fact. It's a fact check. Uh, but they're trying to kill Trumpy. Oh, they create the atmosphere that Jimmy Kimmel and all about killing the president. He's a Nazi. There's Hitler. I don't understand how they can call somebody a Nazi when he has all these Jewish people in his cabinet. That's not a Nazi by definition. And that's not Hitler. Hitler didn't like the Jews. Hitler was more a socialist or a commie. In national socialism, you get it? And his state was a mirror image of the Soviet state. Very similar. Well, so they were sharper dresses. That's about it. Yeah, Soviets always looked like they were dressed in Berlin bags. I don't know. I've been wrong at times about international things. I'll admit it. I had written the Ukraine off, and now they're out fighting the Russians left and right. And but I don't think that there should be a free ride. We should now with the Europeans. We've been spending for $85, 85 years. We've been basically having the Europeans live off our teeth. Right, it's true. One of the reasons why they have all these um whatchamacallit, these cradle grave socialist governments that take care of you there is because they don't have to spend money on the military. American blood is not supposed to be spilled for Europeans. It's been too long. And what we're doing in Iran is the holy mission of God. You can't have the believers on a distorted version of Allah and who have no hesitation about going to the great paradise that they think can more them with atomic weapons. They're going to use them. And they're going to use them on the Israelis. And the Israelis are going to use them on them. Or it will be an atomic war, which will facilitate anti-Semitism around the world. Because they've imported, there's a Palestinian colony or a Muslim colony of radicals in Australia, in England, in all through Europe. Why? I don't know. Because well, he was subsidized by their governments. But also, I don't know, they don't mix in. Not all Arabs or Muslims. They're a peaceful Muslim, moderate Muslims. And the um the radicals are as dangerous to them as they are to us. But that's not the point. Point can't have these flag burners. And I'm trying to tell you something. You burn the flag, I think you should be kicked out of the country. You assault people because who politically disagree with you should be cut out of this country. That's the story, Baldy. Anyway, I love me a Nostrovini, and I love me a Donald Trump. I wish he could vote. They keep on saying he won't leave office. If only that was true. Another year of Donald Trump, and the commies would be through. All right, we're gonna go now. We're gonna go now. Yes, indeed. I gotta open these eyes. I look like I'm sleeping.